What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Greybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video, and today, my friends, I just want to take some time and go over some of the information we got last week in regards to the game. Needless to say, it was really just ups and downs. We got great news, we got not so great news, so today I want to answer some questions and go over some of the things we can look forward to. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really does help us out. As most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for a PlayStation 5, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced on December 31st of this year, and as I've mentioned in previous videos, keep in mind that watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why you have the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. So one thing I want to mention as I start off today is I've been getting a lot of messages from players asking, what should I do now in the game? Like, is there point in farming because, they're going to be changing all of these things? The answer is yes. However, I'm going to be doing a standalone video on what to kind of work on in the game now if you're kind of lost. I will be putting that out at one point this week, probably Wednesday. With that being said, let's get into the not so good news to start off this morning. Unfortunately, as you can see here, it's been going around, our universe saying that, Heartland is going to be delayed until 2022. You can see here, that's what the article said. It's by GameSpot. Now, they're typically pretty good about getting out some information. However, until we hear something from the game itself, I think that will hopefully give us a better idea of a target date. That just says it could be at one point in 2022 leading into 2023. So again, we do not have a specific target date from the game in regards to when Heartland can be, and as always, as soon as I get that information, I will pass it along. Like many of you out there, I'm really bummed out that we're not getting this before the end of the year. I knew the timeline was a little bit not, I didn't hold too much faith in the timeline that we were given. I know they'd have to make a few changes here and there just because of, the way everything is right now. But the fact that it is delayed, until next year is a bummer, but at the same time, I'd rather they take the time and totally get this game mode right. And not only that, but keep in mind, there are some major game launches coming up within the next 2 months. So the fact that they're putting it, into the beginning of the next quarter of next year could be a good thing for the game as far as, popularity, things like that. So as always, my friends, as soon as I have any more of those new specifics, I will definitely let you know. Moving on, let's now talk about some of the things we can look forward to see in the near future. You can see the game says the following. At the end of Season 7 in December, we will be organizing an in-game event, reintroducing some player-favorite global events associated with new rewards and apparel event. We will reveal more information about this event closer to its available date. They go on to finish off by saying, last but not least, the reveal of the new season and its associated content, including new game mode, will happen in January of 2022. And that's when they say, they can't wait to tell us about it and all that. So in January, that's when we're going to get a lot of the information in regards to what that new game mode is going to be. Now, a lot of you, since that message came out, have asked, what are the global events going to be? I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be Golden Bullet. Everyone really seems to love that. Now, in regards to the apparel event, it is going to be a brand new apparel event. It is not a repeat of something else. So hopefully it should be a bunch of good gear, a bunch of different skins that we can look forward to. And again, it is definitely something to grind for. Another issue that a lot of you were bringing up this weekend to the channel has to do with the fact that the game also announced that they're going to be reintroducing signature weapons into the DZ and Conflict. And I know for many PvP players out there, you're really worried about it, the balancing, and there's a lot that has to be worked on, obviously, before they put that into the game. You can see here that Trick Dempsey actually responded to a few messages over the weekend via Twitter in regards to that, and she says the following. Signature weapons will be reintroduced to the DZ and Conflict, but agents will have the same signature weapon damage resistance as named enemies. Also, a system is being added to make characters temporarily vulnerable to signature weapon damage. Since it was brought up in the thread, the current signature weapon damage reduction to named enemies is 65%. We're looking at whether we'll increase this resistance now that it applies to players as well. I also want to make sure I give a quick shout out to WhoDatWill572 for asking some initial questions, and then Kamikaze Von Doom, for doing some follow-up ones. You can see here, Kamikaze says thank you so much for answering, and Trick says, at the end, it's going to take a ton of balancing to get it right, but it should be worth it in the end. Last but not least today, my friends, I want to talk about a tweet that I put out at the end of Friday. And it was really, going into the weekend, with all the stuff going on, like I said, the ups and downs and all of these things, we knew that the game was going to be getting some heat from certain people in the community. And, whatever, that's just the way it is. But I wanted to go into the weekend with putting out, some positive messages to the devs and the game designers. And I cannot thank you guys enough for being a part of that. One of the great comments I saw on the timeline was from Obi-Aid Kenobi, and he says the following: "How different my life would be without this game, so I thank you as well. It's helped me through depressing times, it's kept me company after hard weekend shifts, it's brought me lifelong mates, and the community is just gold and love and all that good stuff." He then goes on to mention the fact, yes, he is critical of the game, but it's because he loves it so much. And I know he's had different conversations with Yannick, they've gone back and forth, but the reality is this world that they've created is just absolutely amazing. It is unlike any other game I have ever played before. And once again, I'm telling you my opinion, but I know for a fact if you're here watching this, you obviously love this game as well. Most of you know by now that my main focus at this channel when I created it was to build that toxic-free gaming environment where people work together. And that's exactly what we're doing here at the channel. I cannot thank you enough for that. I know I just said that, but I'm going to say it again. And you are the reason why this channel is doing so well. And what we're building really shows how much we can really pull together in this community. On that note, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this thing up. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be putting out a bunch of videos this week in regards to the Division and what we can expect moving forward. There'll be a few discussion videos. I want to talk about all the things I'll be doing between now and, the apparel event and the PTS. Again, there happens to be a lot to look forward to, and this stuff is going to get here pretty quick. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing. We're so close to 20,000 subs. Let's get there this week, my friends. If you happen to enjoy this, hit that like button as well. It really does help us out. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Detecting high-threat enemy patrol. Control point nearby. Reinforcements en route. detected.